Hey peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about our buys, sells, and dividends for the week of October 1st through October 7th. Let's get it. So the first thing I want to bring up here is the M1 account. As you guys can see, we have not really purchased much on this account. We have not bought much. We have not sold much. The only thing we had here was basically a small buy for Aptly, as you guys can see. We do actually have NVIDIA, Aptly, and Tesla and OARC on this account, so it was nice that they added a few more options. Now, if we go over to dividends, we didn't really get paid a lot for this week because a lot of what we typically get paid is usually at the end of the month, not at the beginning of the month. As you guys can see here, all these different payment dates or payouts that we got towards the end of the month. But we did get 4 cents from PFLT, and we did get 11.21 from PDI, so that's 11.25 total. In terms of dividends, I believe we did actually also get paid from JEPY and Triple QY. I'm going to take a look at that in a minute. So if I go over here to the account, and don't really be surprised by all the red on our account. I mean, a lot of the stocks that we have been buying into, we have not bought on this account in a while, so they've kind of been sitting well below our cost basis. Plus, in addition to that, I mean, the markets have been just getting absolutely pummeled over the last couple of months. The S&P just recently had a pretty nice run up today, so we're going to take a look at that in a minute. But as you can see here, we do have some NVIDIA. Just click on that. We got 11 shares in here. Plan on adding more later, but not right away. So there is NVIDIA. We got some OARC. I think we have a little bit more than 10 shares of OARC. We also have a little bit of Aptly, I think like 2 shares, and we still have our main position in Tesla. Now, we haven't actually got paid the dividends for Tesla in this account yet, but as you guys can see, even though the price is well below our cost basis because we haven't bought any shares on this account in a while, it actually is showing the dividends already being paid, even though we're not going to get paid from this until like the 16th or the 17th, I think it is. So that's the reason why it looks like it's only down 5.5%. That's typically just the way that M1 finance works. Usually, like, the prices reflect at the end of market session, and then they reflect in the price. So, how do I want to explain this? So, basically, the cost basis that we have here, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure this is correct. The cost basis dollar amount and the share price is actually reflecting throughout the trading day, but we don't actually place our trades on this account until after trading is closed because our buys are made for the following market session open at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's the reason why it looks like that. So we're going to go over to our Fidelity account. As you guys can see here, we have placed quite a few more trades in this account. So between the 1st to the 7th, you guys can see that we have bought quite a bit of Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. The reason why it's fluctuating, we also did get $1.11 and an interest payment from Fidelity. So it says SPACs or government money market, but I think basically what it is a high yield savings account. Didn't know our money was sitting in a high yield savings account, but hey, not going to be mad about the extra cash. So basically what we're looking at here is the Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin transactions, how much we bought. The reason why we kind of switched it throughout the days is because of the way that the market price action was working. So there were some days when Litecoin was more attractive to buy, and there were some days when the Grayscale Bitcoin Cash ETF was more attractive to buy. So we try to buy as low of a price as we can get on these things. So that's the reason why that looks like that. You can see we bought some Litecoin, some BCHG here, BCHG, again, LTCN, and some more LTCN. Now, if we go to the balances, give it a second to load. Right. So sorry, wrong tab. So I think we actually want positions. That's what we want. Okay, for some reason this is taking a really, really long time to load. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, well, anyways, we'll come back to this in a second. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but so pretty much, the things that we bought in the Robinhood account so far is I believe we purchased some Coney. We might have purchased some GUI, AMZ, and also Triple QY and JPY. We're going to take a look at these ones first, the Defiance ETFs. So as you guys can see, we purchased just before the ex-dividend date. We got paid $1.10 from Triple QY, so that was nice. And JEPY, we did also purchase one share of this because we kind of just wanted to dip our toes in the water, see what was going to happen. And we got paid 90 cents from this one as well. And now that the ex-dividend date is passed for the Yield Max ETFs, we plan on picking up more of these to basically capture the income before the next ex-dividend date for the Defiance ETFs. Okay, so let's try to take a look at this account again on Fidelity. I'm not sure why it's acting like this. Okay, well, whatever the case, you guys have seen basically pretty much the buys and sells that we made on this account. So our LTCM position effectively is currently roughly at about 1250 in US dollars, and the BCHG is just shy of 700. So yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on there, but so we're going to take a look at some of the other buys. We have not bought any OARC or Tesla. I can tell you guys that right now. I think we might have bought in a little bit of Clip. Yes, or no, we didn't buy Clip, but we did get paid the dividend. So the dividend was actually supposed to come out last month, but unfortunately, because it took a long time to process, we didn't get paid the dividend until the 3rd. So we'll just count that for this week. So that plus the other dividends is about 120 bucks roughly. And we'll click over here to Aptly. We did not buy any Aptly, not on this account anyways. So it doesn't look like we bought any FB either. So yeah, we've been kind of split between buying these Yield Max ETFs and the other high yield ETFs, and also the Grayscale, different Grayscale trusts. So Coney, we did actually buy some Coney. So we bought, looks like, yeah, we bought 2.5 shares on each of these days. As you guys know, the Coney yield basically came out at $1.20 per share, which is pretty crazy. And if we actually go over here to the charts and we take a look at the Coney price, you guys can see that it actually dropped quite a bit. So it is down about 2.5% on the day. So now's a good time to pick it up. Not financial advice. We just decided to pick some up for ourselves. So we have picked up a little bit of GUI. I think the reason why we did this was because the price was down and we wanted to get our share counts up. As you can see, the price of GUI is actually up today. And we did pick up some AMZ as well. AMZ has been looking pretty attractive lately with the drop in price, so we would definitely wanted to get some of that. And we also picked up some Enfley. We were kind of picking up more heavily back here, as you guys can see, because the Netflix, the underlying share basically got tanked, and as a result, Enfley came down a lot. And it was pretty cheap to buy, and the dividend that they paid on it was also pretty good too. So we picked up a little bit of Enfley. And that's pretty much it for this account. And as for Webull, we have not picked up anything on Webull as of currently. As a matter of fact, as you guys can see here, the dividends that we received, we have not actually put that to use yet. The reason being is because, again, we want to get our cash position up a little bit more by next week. But also we're kind of focused on building out Robinhood right now because that's where we have the least amount of money invested. So there's that. And as you guys can see, the S&P here, this is important. This is something else I wanted to point out. This is important to note. So you see the S&P is actually up 100, almost 100 points today. So basically, yeah, pretty much about 100 points on the S&P today. So I basically told you guys before that the 50-day moving average and basically the 50-day moving averages on stocks were the NASDAQ and the S&P were getting ready to reverse because they were hitting major support levels. Look at this, up 42% on the S&P and 59% on the NASDAQ. Pretty crazy, right? You can see all the indices up here have had major rebounds too. And in addition to that, also, you kind of have a mixed bag here on all the different yield max ETFs. As you guys can see, CLIP is up quite a bit, so that's a nice change. And if I can find it, let's see here. Yeah, so KWEB is up 3.6%, so that's definitely a plus. Anyways, so this is our buy, sells, and dividends for the week. It's been a pretty rough last month and a half, so we have not been able to take any profits. We've kind of just been in accumulation mode at this point, but it happens. We were like this basically at the beginning of the year, so we just got to be patient and wait for the markets to give us a chance to take some profit off the table. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see y'all later. Peace.